Hi, my name is Heath, and welcome back to my shop. In today's episode, we have some nice small pieces of maple burl that has been soaking in cactus juice with red alumilite dye for approximately 16 weeks. I decided I'd like to create a nice lidded box with this material. So here I'm pulling the pieces out of the cactus juice. I'll place these in the oven for approximately 90 minutes at 200 degrees to allow the cactus juice to cure. I'm using this old plastic ice cream container as my mold. I've already emptied the contents. I have some white alumilite dye. I'll be mixing some pearlescent powder in this as well. Just pulled these out of the oven. They're still a little bit warm. Take my orbital disc sander. I'm going to clean this up a little bit, knock off the excess resin. Place the pieces in the mold, and I'm using painter's tape. This, of course, again, is to make sure that the timber does not float to the surface. We have the alumilite A and B, and also the pearlescent powder with some alumilite white dye. Let's get this party started. Place this in the pressure pot, 55 pounds of pressure. Allow the resin to cure. We'll pull it out and take a look at it. Just removed this from the pressure pot. I had to involve a power tool to remove this from the ice cream container. Oh, what a joy. Wow. And there you have it, finally. That was some work, but now we can recycle the plastic. So we're back at the lathe, and I have a piece of pine here. Call this our waste block. I created a tenon. I'm using Gorilla Glue, 5-minute epoxy. This stuff works great. And of course we want to glue this in place. I've allowed the epoxy to sit a couple of minutes. You don't want to be stingy with the epoxy. Get a little bit of pressure there. I'll give this some extra time for the epoxy to cure, and when we come back we will turn a nice lidded box. I have this trued up now, and I'd still like to expose the maple, I think, a little bit more in a couple of these areas. I'd like them to pop out a little bit more than that. Here I am creating a tenon so that I can reverse chuck the lid.
At this point, I'll continue to shape the body and the top of the lid. I'll need to decide how large or how thick I would like the lid to be, and of course part that off, finish hollowing the inside of the body out, and work toward finishing it. Stick around. So let's mark the top of the lid.
I'm using a Forstner bit to remove the material from the inside of the box. Now I'm just using my negative reg scraper to shape the top of the box. This is where the lid and the box will mate. I like to use this Trit Bosch hollowing tool and also stabilizer. Helps to be able to clean the bottom of the box, and I make my finishing cuts with this tool as well before I move on to the sanding portion. We all love sanding. It's really turning out nice. I'm done with the finishing cuts, and now I'm moving on to the fun, exciting sanding portion. I'll try not to bore you too much. Finishing up with 400 grit. Generally I start out at 100, maybe 120 grit. A little denatured alcohol just to clean the surface. I think the inside turned out really nice. Looks good, I think. For some Triple E Ultra Shine, just received my can of Yorkshire grit. I'll be using that on my next project. This part gets a little bit interesting. Watch this. Yeah, just in case you didn't catch that the first time. Thankfully, there was no damage, just a little bit of sanding and some TLC. Okay, so let's move on. I'd like to clean the inside of the lid, shape that, and once we're finished there, we will be able to move on to the next step. Now I'm just fitting the bottom of the box with the top, or what we would call the lid. Sanding again to 400. I'm using some paper towel to place between the inside of the lid and the chuck jaws. It's to keep the jaws from marring up the inside of the lid, of course. And we are almost finished. Just a few finishing cuts here with my negative rake scraper. And we will start again, yes, with sanding. Sanding to 400 grit. I promise this is the last time. Well, at least during this episode. Oh, and by the way, I'm making this project for someone that's very special to me. I will reveal exactly who that individual is in a moment. And that pretty much wraps it up. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of my subscribers. I appreciate your support. I appreciate your feedback. Also, if you have any questions, post those in the comment section below. I'll get to those as soon as I can. If you're a first-time viewer, stick around. There's more to come. And also, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe, and until next time, be safe in your shop. Have a great week. Thanks for watching.